Hi, my name is Tamika Brewer. Okay, let me show my audience. And this is my audience.
I'm not doing this.
Don't say nothing back. You can stand up or anything to make sure you can get me. Okay, I'm doing my speech on a heimlich maneuver. The heimlich maneuver is a maneuver on patients that are choking or have like anything that's restricting their breathing. And in my heimlich maneuver, I'm going to be using Rory Brewer. Right here. This is the adult. And I'm also going to be using my child under 1. Okay, the heimlich maneuver is good to use. It's been used on about 4,000 patients a year, and about 5,000 people a year die from choking incidents, and most of them are babies. I think it's about 80% are babies. You don't have to just use the heimlich maneuver on choking patients. It's also on people who have asthma or drowning patients. Everybody thinks with the heimlich maneuver that you just use it on choking. With asthma, their breathing is restricted, so you can also use it on them. And patients that are choking, that are drowning, use it on them to get the water out of their lungs, because water in your lungs can also cause you to choke. The first thing you do when you do the heimlich maneuver, you gotta make sure you're not stressed, make sure you're not panicking, and make sure you remember that you are the rescue team. The reason why you gotta make sure you're not stressed, because if you're stressed out or if you're panicking, you're going to do things that you're not supposed to do, as far as like, if you see your baby choking, the first thing you're going to do is try to go and get the thing that's obstructing their airway. You're going to try to get it out. But that's the first thing that you do not do. The only way you can get that out is if the baby's unconscious and if you can see the obstruction in the airway. If you can see it in the airway. That's the only time you do that. And with the adult, you actually do try to get it out, but you have to make sure that you can see it inside the throat. You never try to get anything out of the throat if you can't see it. The first thing I'm going to do is use my infant. Okay. With the infant, you lie the baby face down. Can you see her? Cover her with your hands on her chest. And you place your forearm on her back and you do 5 thrusts. And it has to be really quick. If that doesn't work, you have to turn her on her stomach and you have to place her on your knee just like you did when she was face down. And you have to put your 2 fingers on the chest and thrust upward. And you keep doing that until you can get whatever is blocking the airway. You keep doing that until you get it out. If it doesn't come out, then you need to perform CPR. And if the baby is unconscious or is not breathing, you try to, at the end, that's when you try to get the obstruction out of the airway then. Another thing that you don't do with infants, you never hit them in the back. Or if they're coughing or they're crying like she's doing now, you don't want to do the back thrust. You don't want to perform the heimlich maneuver, because when they're coughing or they're breathing hard, that means they can kind of get it out on their own. The next person I'm going to use is my adult. This is my conscious adult. With an adult, as long as they're not obese, you kind of put your hands around their waist and you make a fist first, and you grab the other hand and you upward thrust. And you do that until you get the object out. If the patient is obese, or like if pregnant or obese, you have to do it like right below the breastbone. And then you do the same thing. You move it up until you can get it out. Okay. Thank you. Now if the patient is unconscious, and you only do this with an unconscious adult. Okay. You only do this with an unconscious. Can you get it lower so I can get him down?
And you lay down?
Yeah, lay down. Go ahead.
What did you do?
You put your index finger under the chin. You open his mouth, and you put your thumb on his tongue, so you can stop the tongue from restricting his breathing. And then what you do is you pinch his nose together, and you do 2 breaths. Hopefully their breath doesn't stink while you're doing it. Okay? And then if all else fails, you can try to still get the whatever's obstructing in his throat. You can always try to get it out, long as you can see it. Once again, get up.
Now.
Go ahead, you can sit down. Okay, like I said, if all else fails after you do the heimlich maneuver, you must immediately call 911, and you give CPR right away. If the unconscious person is still not breathing at the end, you keep doing the CPR and you keep doing the heimlich maneuver, but with the baby, you stop. Okay? Alright, and after you're done, like I said, you call 911 and wait for the paramedics to get here. Don't leave the scene and don't leave the patient unconscious. Make sure you stay so you can give them as much information as you possibly can. And again, my name is Tamika Brewer, and I just showed you the heimlich maneuver. My ID once again. Go ahead, and my audience. And I think I did that way too long. Alright, thank you.
Now head outside.
Dang, 6 minutes.
Okay, I'm going outside.
Yeah, no,
That could be good, right? Yeah.